Hello, my name is V-Sin, and this is a snapshot of Gundam Breaker 2. Now this game came out on December the 18th, 2014 for the PlayStation Vita in Japan. It's Gundam Breaker! Yes! I'm sorry, I have a huge bias in favor of this game, because I fucking love Gundams, I fucking love robots, and I love robot customization. So, this is everything I ever wanted in a game, but I'm gonna have to convince you guys to buy this game too. And here's my, yeah, that's my bias. I really like this game. So first of all, options menus, only the important things. First of all, you do have the option to auto-skip cutscenes in this game. Pretty handy if you feel like grinding your way through stuff. Control schemes, the only things I want to note here are the two camera sensitivities. I mean, there's control inversion there. But camera sensitivities, for normal camera aiming, it's not too bad. But for, like, aiming or shooting camera, in other words, you might want to turn that down because I've noticed that these analog sticks almost respond like it's digital. Like, basically it's on or off sort of thing. It's a little bit tricky to aim with. You might want to turn this down for precision purposes, because I have actually found it pretty difficult to aim. Sound effects, only thing I want to mention here is the movie audio slider, which is nice if you want to like turn everything else down but still want to hear the cutscene audio in full volume. You have the radio chat options. These are only for online multiplayer. I believe it also does something in ad hoc, but I can't really test that. Either way, this is just for online multiplayer, a whole bunch of quotes. If you know your Japanese, it's sort of like yoroshiku, arigato, stuff like that. So, you know, just if you plan on doing online play, figure out how to do this sort of thing. Cross-save feature, there's upload and download with the PS3 version. Finally, you can see the control scheme on the right hand of the screen. You can see the three little touch areas. It's not too serious. I rarely accidentally touch those, and it's easy to do on purpose. You don't have to tap them too often. I've also heard that there is PlayStation TV compatibility here. I don't know what that control scheme looks like, though, and I can't confirm anything. What I will say, though, is that is the only control scheme. If you don't like it, then deal with it. That's really about it. Same thing for Gundam Breaker 1, by the way. Here we go. Let's continue. Also, I love that menu transition. So, this over here is the multiplayer options. Nothing too special. It's just like open room, pick mission, blah, blah, blah. Pick conditions, this level, whatnot, you know. Customization is here. This is the mission counter. Another customization desk, and then the shop. Shop, I'm just going to give you the extra fast tour. Basically, the shop is you can buy parts as opposed to farming the unit parts. So, like, sort of like if I want to have the GM custom head instead of trying to farm it, I can buy it here. However, you cannot buy upgrade components here from here. Credits are just obtained through missions. MG grade is just bigger stats, basically. Option parts. These are just things that you can take into battle. You also have the normal suits. These are basically your player avatar customizations. You know, you can appear as different things. You can see there. I'm probably going to change it to this. Yeah, another achievement, whatever. These are the DLC downloads. What's available here is only basically rate up boosters that you can buy for yen. Currently there is no other DLC available. This could change in the future. Finally, gift. With gift, this is mostly for promotional codes and stuff like that. You input the promotional code into like PSN, and then you will get your gifts here. There's also a gift if you buy the game within a certain time period. I believe it's by the end of December or something. Here's the customization. I'm going to do most of my explanations through the scratch menu. You can see here, like, that is my unit design there. I don't know, I like this unit design, and if you've seen any of my other videos, you recognize that color scheme immediately. I'm sorry. Different stats. I could go through all of these, and I actually did that in a couple of previous takes, but that actually takes so long, and it's really fucking boring. What I'm instead gonna say is, this is basically just all parts have different stats. What's listed there is melee and ranged weapon damage, for example, as well as your mobility modifiers. However, I'm mostly just going to highlight differences from Gundam Breaker 1. First of all, if we go under detail specification, you can see the 212, 212 percentages. Those are the defense mitigation percentages, and the twos, both twos, are just, if you're just standing there, how much damage is reduced from physical and beam damage. The 12% on the other hand are while blocking. This is a huge difference from Gundam Breaker 1, because in Gundam Breaker 1, blocking was, you have a shield, it has a fixed amount of HP, and you block 100% of damage. Once the shield runs out of HP, the shield breaks and you can't use the shield anymore. In 2, instead, you always mitigate 12% HP, and certain skills, a certain amount of damage will eventually put you in a guard broken situation and you will stagger a bit. However, your shield will never break completely and you always have the option to guard. So now guarding is primarily not for mitigating damage, but rather for like super armor sort of thing. You can see also the 102, 105, 114. Those are the mobility modifiers, can be upgraded as usual. Option equipment. Sorry, that sounded way too loud, didn't it? Option equipment, this is just some parts have additional things that are going on with it. For example, like some arms will have beam sabers coming out of them sort of thing, and this is where you can use the beam saber. You can only have one piece of option equipment active at a certain at a certain time. You just select it using the pad, or you press and hold on the pad and use the right stick to... You can see down in these sections here, those are actually a radial menu. I don't know why they have 8 radial options. They should really only have 4, because the precision of the right stick isn't quite good enough to easily tag out the 8 option for whatever. EX actions are basically just your supers. Modules are upgrade parts with different costs. Also, the maximum number of modules you can equip is, if you can see right here, the number 4 module slots. Again, that's modified by your equipment. Sorry, I have a cough. That will just determine how many modules you can slot in. So let's go into Scratch. Okay, now I'll just show you the upgrade system as well as explain the drop system. I forgot it again. Sorry, there's one other thing that I really have to mention before we do anything else. Now, it's more a case of in part specification, not what's here, but what's not here. Because in Gundam Breaker 1, what they also had was a weapon mastery system. What that did was it basically said, for these basically every single part had a bunch of modifiers. Like, part X would have +2 to sabers, -2 to axes, for example. And you would have all these different parts, and they would add and subtract all the modifiers together. And the problem with that system is that you couldn't just like put any weapon on any unit and expect to do well. You would have to use a specific set of, you know, like you have to use this particular blend of really random ass looking parts with this particular weapon in order to get the best damage output. That no longer exists. The only modifiers to weapon damage are the weapon itself and whatever modules you have. Some parts also do have extra bonuses, but they're all just bonuses. There's no detriments. There's no, you have to add them together to get the best bonus sort of thing, which is nice. Anyways, back to weapons. So what we have here is a pair of pistols, and in this case you can see I've leveled them up to level 6. What you can do is you just grind up items, and you can eventually, you know, upgrade them, deal more damage. In this case you can see in the bottom it goes from 7277 damage to 9116. Quite a big damage jump. I like this weapon just because it's really flashy. What you can also do though is, now this is a weapon I actually already have and I don't have the parts. Basically what you can do is you can also change these weapons into other weapons. So for example, this would turn it into GN beam rifle, dual GN beam rifle for the GN arms variant, and you can these are the beam rifles down here, for example. And basically what you do is you wholesale convert one weapon type into another sort of thing, and it does a whole bunch of different things. I was really sad when I lost my beam pistols because they look cool. But whatever, it's like you can upgrade, you can like convert them into other weapons. It's a fairly standard system. Also, sorry, one other thing to note is that if you do a save import, what you will get is all your old items converted to HD, lower stat items that are also level 0. Level 0 is different from level 1 onwards, because level 1 items will basically have a certain stat amount and a certain cost. Level 0 items, on the other hand, have a really, really, really shitty stat. Like really shitty. But they will all cost 0. The point of this is mostly just for graphical customization, basically. So let's get out of here. One last thing, I want to go through painting and the photograph. Paint jobs. I don't know why that menu always pops up. I really don't know. It keeps popping up and it kind of annoys me. Whatever, you can see here that you have the option to paint various different parts of the bodies. Let me just quickly modify this real quick. Change it to that, so better color contrast. Yay. So you can see here, you can just modify the colors of all your different weapons. In this case, one other difference from Gundam Breaker 1 is that you can actually modify the colors of the weapons themselves. In this case, I'm loading presets, but if you don't want to load presets, what you can do is you can go down here. You have your palette. If you so desire, you can actually put camo patterns on it. I don't know if you can really see it on there. Let me just quickly change this to yellow, because that's what I want. Can't just see that either, can you? Whatever. Not that one. So, for example, if I want to... Let's go to the body here. For example, if I want to add a camo pattern, you can see the camo pattern. But I don't want the camo pattern, so whatever. And then you just press X and exit. If you saw the sliders there, those are also a whole bunch of things like glossiness, luminosity, stuff. And basically one of the other big changes from Gundam Breaker 1 is that you do actually have the ability to modify the reflectivity of the paint. Finally, last thing about photographing. You can photograph your unit by like rotating it and zooming in and crap. The main thing about this, though, is that it uploads to the Gundam Perfect Games website. You can see that the listing on the bottom left-hand corner as well as the QR code. Sorry. One thing you cannot do, however, is take a screenshot with a Vita. I'm not sure why they wholesale rejected this, and you can only upload it to Gundam Perfect Games, and I haven't seen an English source showing how to actually get your screenshots from there, which kind of sucks. Either way, that's that. Whew, every single take has been so many menus. But, well, there's a lot of menus to get through here. Okay, let's get into a mission, shall we? Enough with the menus. Let's beat some stuff up. Let's see here. Do I want the Great Canyon or do I want Panama? Let's go to Panama. That's the new mission. Let's not do that. Let's do this one, shall we? So, nothing too special here. It's just like you get a certain number of points, you will get extra rewards. Some of these are also bonus conditions. You actually don't know what the bonus condition is before you get it. After you get it, then it shows you what the bonus condition is. You also have NPC allies that you can take into battle, but you can only toggle them on or off. I haven't yet seen the option to pick your own NPC allies. Enemy types, this is just helpful if you're trying to farm certain units, sort of thing. As well as this is how you beat the mission, sort of thing. So you press circle, you can now continue to walk around like crazy here. What you're actually supposed to do is you're supposed to press and hold start. Oh, also, I'd never noticed before, but the screen on the back changes to the map you're going to. It's kind of nice. Normally, it actually displays a whole bunch of official Gunpla ads, but whatever. So let's just run around Panama, shall we? Also, yay, this loading screen. Oh, you can see here, the detail up close when it loads all the details is actually pretty good, to be honest. I've just noticed that like YouTube really craps it out sometimes, but it looks really nice on my screen. Also, those gradient issues are my capture card, not YouTube or anything like that. So, onwards to the mission. Please tell me there are base jabbers here. I've done so many takes to make sure I get base jabbers. So anyways, these, if you recognize those, actually you probably don't recognize those even if you're a Gundam fan. These are the Zetas, these are the Gafrens from Gundam Age, which no one watched, which is a shame. You can see your GN pistols. They look cool. Do a barrel roll. You tap L just to fire range rend normally. You can also press and hold L, and that'll do whatever the heck the ranged weapon's special ability is. Square and triangle for your combos. You can also hold down, hold triangle, and you'll do a launcher. Tap triangle, and it's just a charge. The charge is mostly used for getting rid of shields. Basically, it's just mostly a shield breaking option. Oh, man. I'm not going to get base jabbers here either. Weird. Oh, one other thing. You can actually fall into the water and die. I could have recovered there. I just felt like falling into the water to show off stuff like that. There's, like, for example, in the canyon level, you can fall down in the bottom of the canyon and die there. A really nice bit of verticality. Oh, there's the base jabber. Yes! Don't blow it up. Please don't blow it up. Get down here, damn it. And then you get near it, you press and hold square, you kick them off. And now you get to use this. And then beat them up with a high-powered laser. Yay, vehicles. Vehicles are a new feature in Gundam Breaker 2 as well. Sadly, you can't use anything other than vehicle weapon while on a vehicle. And the vehicle itself takes damage from attacks. If you can see in the top left-hand corner, it's a health bar. I also cannot... regenerate this health bar. You basically just have to find a new one. Oh crap, that over there is a stationary turret. I hate using it, but it's similar to the vehicles. Stop shooting me! Don't destroy my base jabber. Now get out of range of the other turret so that it doesn't blow me up. Just deal with... oh crap. Okay, I'm gonna go down really fast. Let's go. Get rid of him. Take cover so I don't lose my base jabber. Holy shit, that almost hit me. There we go, got him. Oh, by the way, you can also run people over with this. Fun times. But it's really hard to run people over with this. But you're better off using the Motorrad wheel for running people over. The Motorrad wheel is... I think it was explicitly designed for running people over too. Oh, let's see here. Let's just blow up a couple more guys. Right now, because I'm a little bit over-geared for this level, this is actually slower than me just beating up stuff normally. Let's just get up top, get off the base jabber, press and hold square again, and get it off. And go back to killing stuff the conventional way. Get off my base jabber. Brah. Get off the base jabber. Blow up the base jabber so the NPCs can't use it because they're fucking annoying if they do start using it. Oh, I forgot about optional equipment. Again, you can just press and hold and you can access the radial menu. I don't really like it because it's really hard to use the radial menu. Like, I'm trying to center it on there and like it's not really doing it. Either way, you do have the optional equipment. One nice change from Gundam Breaker is that, like in Gundam Breaker, this would be the only thing you can do with your optional equipment. Now, though, you also have the ability to use it as a proper sword, like so, or you can just press and hold and have the old Gundam Breaker stuff. You can also see my legs have the ability to kick people to death, but it's really shitty, so I rarely use it. On the other hand, Vulcans are actually massively upgraded. Also, if you get one of your parts broken off, and you can break off parts of your enemies to maim them for a bit, you lose parts, and like Gundam Breaker, press and hold R, and your part will start getting attracted to you. It also makes it easier to see where the part is, or you can just walk over the part. Go. Let's go through this door. Hopefully this doesn't take too long, but okay, whatever. I believe this is the base now. After this base, then I'm just going to go through a section where then after this I go underwater, I believe. Also, when units are like this, press triangle near them, and you will insta-kill them. Insta-killing only works on grunt-type units, like basically ones that are not glowing, but it will insta-kill them regardless of how much damage you actually do. Which is, and again, a nice change, because in Gundam Breaker, it would only just deal extra damage sort of thing. Whereas in this, as long as it's not on an elite or like ace-type enemy, you can just do this. And deal extra damage sort of thing, which is really nice. Oh, by the way, there's also, random note, but there's something interesting about EX skills that I only learned really recently, as in like a couple minutes ago. EX skills do have multiple charge levels. You can see how the triangle is sort of like a clear circle. You're not fully... Well, let me just wait for that to finish before I use it, but the triangle, but now you can see it's ready and glowing sort of thing. That is EX charge level 2, then it'll do more damage. When it's not ready whatsoever, you can see the red circle on the triangle button. See here, and now it just means EX level 1, so that EX I use... Basically, there are 2 charge levels that charge over time. You need to wait for one, you can do the other, or you can just use 2 weaker ones. And that was a fucking shitty explanation. Let me try one more time. EX skills, hold R and then press square, triangle, or circle. Okay. After you use it enough times, the EX skill will eventually unlock a Tier 2 version. The Tier 2 version is basically, you let it charge longer and will do more shit, basically. Also, when you let it charge, or you can not let it charge more, and what instead happens is you get a weaker skill, but you can see that it quickly moves back to the next recharge level, and the amount of time you spent recharging beforehand is not lost, sort of thing. That still wasn't a good explanation, and I still can't explain it well. Basically, 2 levels, use it weaker twice or stronger once. I think that's a better explanation. More enemies. Combo him. Also, that blue circle will actually stun anything that walks into it, which is why I shouldn't do it, even though I've done it so many times already. Bam! God, I love these GM pistols. So much fun. Also great to have mobility while dealing range damage. It's also really handy for doing stuff like dodging bosses. Heal myself. There we go. Air guy! Yay. Kite, 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 kite. Beat up the rest of these guys and move on. Go. Do. Can get out of range. Whatever. It's just a stun. Lure the enemies through the stun. Now they get stunned. Bam. Screw the healing point. I don't really care. And now for the little boss battle. There are also much bigger bosses like battleships and stuff like that that you can fight. Basically, all of them seem to follow the same principle of hard point transition. Like, you focus a hard point, then you focus to the next set of hard points, then you like flop between those until the next set of hard points open up. Even these enemies, one of the things is that they tend to have something like focus, like say the head part or something like that. Really, most of them, it's actually the arm that you're supposed to be focusing. Also, they can grab and throw you and deal tons of damage that way. Or I could just go super mode. Tap the middle of the screen to go super mode. And you just get a damage buff for the duration. Stop throwing me! Damn it! Grab me again. That was a dark finger. Whatever. Deal with the boss, and that's the end of this, I believe. Or is there an enemy ace coming up next? Nope. Oh yeah, it's Cerevi. I forgot. No. By the way, music from the series actually starts playing as soon as the enemy ace shows up, which is interesting to say the least. Fire the Vulcan in the middle of his face. Excellent. Super meters back up. Let's get him, boys. There we go, and that's that. Mission complete. There we go. And that's the end of that. That to me is a pretty good snapshot of what's going on with the combat system. After that, various different actions like doing particular finishes and beating, chain killing enemies sort of thing. Eventually you'll get your bonus and stuff. That took me 15 minutes, not too bad. Also in the top right is counting down time. At the end of the mission, you basically automatically assemble the parts. That's being lore-wise, but basically you gain experience and you can level up. Your build breaker rank, that will give you access to more parts, more upgrades, that sort of thing. Also show the stuff that you've got, like, yay, a new, what the hell I call it Cerevi? It was actually Virtue. What the fuck am I talking about? Either way, it's like a new Virtue chest and stuff like that. Why the heck did I call it Seraphim? What the hell is wrong with me? Either way. So, that over there, and that is basically the whole game in a nutshell. Obviously, there are more varied enemies, more varied missions, and so on. So, let's get to the verdict. Would I recommend this game? Well, I made it clear at the start. Yes! I love this game. I just love this game. Of course I would recommend it. And I'm here to say, well, for whom would I recommend this game? Gundam fans, you probably already know about this game, and you probably have already figured out whether or not you want it. If you're unsure, then let me just say, as a Gundam fan, fuck yes. Let's talk more about the people who, A, are not Gundam fans and haven't played this game, and B, are not Gundam fans and have not played this game. And have played, like, say, Gundam Breaker. So first of all, if you have played Gundam Breaker, and you're thinking, should I get another game? Yes, so many improvements all over the place. None of the maps I've played so far have actually been on the older version, except maybe the moon base, and even then, I don't really think so. Like, the canyon is completely different. What the hell is... Panama is completely different. Like, really big differences in map design. Like, the zones themselves feel so much bigger than they were in Gundam Breaker as well. In terms of combat variety, so much better. More parts, more customization options. Less of a pain in the ass with RNG, praying into RNGesus. It's so much better in every single way over Gundam Breaker. The next thing, though, is that you have an interest in this sort of game, but don't really give a fuck about any of the fluff. In that regard, I would still recommend this game, because it still does a whole bunch of things right. It does, again, from an objective point of view, tons of customization, plenty of playstyle options, very, very, very in-depth visual customization, like really good, like a really good loot system. Like, it's just, from an objective gameplay standpoint, it's really, really solid. And finally, people who are standing on the outside thinking, you know what? There's Gundam Breaker sitting over there. It's half the price of Gundam Breaker 2 as of posting. I'm interested in the game, but which one should I get? That's the kicker. In that regard, I would still say, if you are willing to drop the 6,000 yen plus tax, or whatever the hell the importer is selling it for, over 3,000 yen plus tax, or like the 25 bucks for the Gundam Breaker box copy that importers are also selling. If you're willing to pay twice the price, go for it. Okay? Because if you would like Gundam Breaker, you would love Gundam Breaker 2 more. Absolutely. There is the crowd that would not be interested, but to me, those sorts of people are the ones who just don't really have an interest in the sort of cooperative battle, grind up for parts, upgrades, treadmilling sort of thing. Because that is the reality of what we're talking about in terms of these games. But to me, this is still incredibly fun. I love it for the fluff. I love it because it's a fundamentally really solid game. TLDR, I recommend this to anyone who's willing to pay for it, basically. If you're someone outside of the sphere, you've already figured it out, but really, anyone who can pay for this game, buy it. It's totally worth it. My name has been VSin. Thanks for watching.